Welcome everybody to day 47. Today I want to start building the admin dashboard because we've now talked about the roles, okay, that a user can have in our system, about authorization, authentication, groups, permissions. Now is the time to get into things like the admin dashboard, because now a user can be redirected to the appropriate page. So with that said, I want to get rid of all this. So I just talk about today's plan. Okay. So this is a new approach I want to have picked up, that before at the beginning, okay, of every stream or every video, tell you the plan for the stream. So I'll get rid of this. So today's plan, actually I wrote down some notes on a piece of paper. Okay. Don't know if you can see it, but this is it. And I want to tell you what I had. So the first thing, the admin dashboard, okay? The main goal, okay, is to start the admin dashboard, okay? I'll pick this, the admin dashboard, okay? But I want a full control panel, okay? Admin dashboard. And because now we have the roles implemented, okay? Actually, I made some tweaks and I'm going to show you, okay? But very, very small tweaks, okay? Just a moment. Looks like I'm getting some flu or a cough or whatever, but I'll be just fine. So we have the summary, okay? The summary, we need the summary, okay? We need the summary on this page, okay? Summary or overview, okay? I'll call it summary. So this summary must have things, okay? Things like total bookings. So usually I just like to write out things like this, okay? And understand what I'm going to do. Total bookings. Then things like maybe the revenue, okay? Total revenue, okay? Active users, okay? But not just active users, the count of the active users, count of active users, count of active users. Very important. Sorry for starting late today. Yesterday I got quite very tired and I forgot to publish an update. Then this is what I wrote down in my book. I have bookings, okay? Bookings, count of bookings, like bookings made today, okay? So you can say like bookings today made on the current day, or bookings made maybe the week, okay? Today or the week, or this week. Then after that, they can be pages, okay? The admin can have pages with specific rich data, okay? Like a page which has information concerning just bookings, okay? So we need the admin dashboard. Of course, the admin dashboard just has what? Summary, okay? A summary. But then after that, we need things like booking, okay? Things to help with booking management. Maybe cancel a booking, okay? Booking management. Cancel a booking, okay? A table concerning users, okay? User management, whereby you can deactivate users, or onboard admins, invite admins and things like that. User management. After that, yeah, I think this is maybe revenue, details of the revenue, okay? revenue. Actually, I already put it up here. Okay, revenue metrics. But you can have a detailed page about revenue metrics. Okay, this one is just a summary, but now we need a detailed page about revenue metrics. Okay, and it can go on and deeper. Okay, we can have more things. I can have more things concerning like the system health. Okay, can be on the admin dashboard, system health. But let me try to not complicate things. Okay, and we start. So yeah, these are some of the things. Okay, here on my book, I see I had put things like popular routes. Okay, it is something which can be done. Popular routes. Okay, no problem. It is something that we can do. Excuse me. All right, so let's go to the code base. Okay, I want to, in fact, before that, I want to show you a few things. Okay, I want to show you a few things. So from what we did yesterday, if you've been following the code on GitHub, you'll notice that I made the number of commits. Okay, and I wanted to show you something. Where is this page? Is it utils? Utils. Was it utils? Let me see. No, this is the front end, not front end. It's the back end where I want to show you. Yeah, backend utils. Then you go to permissions. Okay. Is it permissions? Dependencies. Okay. I removed the decorators. Okay. Remember we had the decorators.py here, which had both dependencies and decorators for helping us manage our routes. Okay. So to give route protection to the endpoints, I removed the decorators. So we're going to use only dependencies. Why dependencies? I read somewhere that dependencies are the FastAPI way of doing things. Okay, decorators may not work because remember, and they say that in FastAPI when you pass in things like database sessions and stuff like that, it may not behave as you expect. So I was like, no need to worry about that and to struggle with that. I can just use the FastAPI way that we learned about. Okay, and that I'm also confident about, which is the permission dependency, and I mean using dependencies, not decorators. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to run the backend just to show you a few things. I think the front end is already running. So I'll come here, I'll say docker compose app. Okay. And also, yeah, I think that's what I did. Okay. Now I want to test. Okay. I want us to test. So I'm going to go to Postman. Okay. In Postman, let me make this bigger. You'll see that I have, okay, a get. Okay. We can test the get. So it's hit request. Okay. I want to show you that it's actually working. So you see, we are getting flight offers back. Okay, we're getting flight offers back. So when I go to the route that implements this, okay. First of all, there's a log. Okay, wow, with a lot of stuff. I think this log file has been created. Okay, it's okay. Let me first leave it for now. I'm going to show you something. Okay, we want to test the restriction. Okay, if I go to flights, routers flights. Okay, maybe close this panel, minimize this so that you can see better. Then scroll, where is it? Flights, offers, router.get. Yes, this one here. Okay. So here, okay, we can add a dependency. Okay. We can import this dependency right here. Okay. In utils, remember, we have this dependency.py. We have this group dependency. We can restrict to say that we want maybe admins. Okay. So let's first import it. So at the top here, I can say from backend dot utils dot dependencies import, okay, it is trying to say permission dependency, but in my case, I want the group dependency, okay? So to understand this, my friends, make sure you've watched the previous video, okay, where I explained dependencies in detail, okay? Don't forget that, okay? So right now, I'm not going to explain dependencies and how the permission system works, okay? If you're watching this for the first time, whether live or after the live stream, the whole dependency system, I mean permission system, it's not complex, but has a few things that need you to watch that previous stream, okay? But just quickly to show you, it has this dependency.py file. We have this permissions checker, okay, that is required. And this dependencies uses permission checker, okay? This permissions.py also uses other files, okay? Like if you come to models, you'll see that in the users.model, okay, we made add changes, okay? If you come to permissions.py, we have a number of permission models, okay? Just to highlight that, okay? In case this is your first time watching my series in building the flight booking engine. So after this, okay, so this group dependency, with this group dependency, I'm now going to go down here, okay? Then put a comma, okay, maybe next line, and say what we need is now, we can say, in fact, it can be in the, because I don't need the result from it, okay? I can put it here, okay? Say equals, say dependencies, okay? Equals to, okay, a list, okay? Remember, we can put dependencies in the path operation function or in the path operation decorator. Both works, okay? If I want to get the result from that dependency, I can put it in the path operation function. If I want to get the result, if I don't need the result, I just simply put it in the path operation decorator. So I say dependencies, then we need that depends. I think we imported depends. Yeah, it is right here, okay? From FastAPI, import depends. Then say depends, okay? Like that, okay? Then after that, we can now pass our group dependency. Come here and I say group dependency, okay? Parentheses. Now, when you go to group dependency, okay? Do you remember what it takes, my friends? Okay, it can take in either a list. Look at the instantiation. Okay, let me reduce this. Okay, the init, okay, of group dependency takes in either groups, which is either a list, a string, or a list of strings. Okay, so I can put here a list like this. Okay, and say maybe expect maybe admin. Okay, like that. Group admins, okay, belong to the group admins. Now I'm going to come here, okay, just close this quickly, run docker compose app, okay. By the way, now we don't need to rebuild, because as yesterday, as I was going through the Docker setup, I discovered a bug, okay. After reading something and trying to guide AI to understand the code base better, I discovered a bug, okay. If you go to docker compose.yaml, if you look at this line, okay, I was saying /backend, okay. So the mounting was not working properly. Why? Because if you look at the Docker file, I was saying the working directory is going to be /app/backend. Then here, I was only saying /backend, okay, instead of /app/backend, okay. So I think with this now, I don't need to keep on rebuilding, okay. So now let us test, okay. Just test the permission that it works. I wanted to just show you this, that it works. So you see, it says not authenticated. Isn't that nice? Very cool, okay? Not authenticated. This is what we wanted, okay? So I wanted to show you that actually the permissions are working. So I'll remove this, okay? For now, I'll remove it because I want us, this route actually doesn't need permission, okay? It is open. What else do I need to do? Okay. Yeah, I wanted to show you that it's actually working, okay? And then we shall, yeah, get to, there are things that we need to do, okay? Maybe I want to make a video about it. I discovered, okay, that there are things we need to do. But let's talk about the dashboard now, okay? Let's go to the dashboard. But there are things we need to do. For example, remember I built this system based on the Django way of doing things, okay? based on the Django way of doing things. So what I want to do is to do things like I want a command, okay? I want to build like a shell, okay, for the backend, okay, for this project, a shell whereby I can come into my shell and I say, FastAPI create super admin, okay, and it creates for me super admin, okay. That is something I'm going to do, okay, so that it creates admins automatically, okay, without me having to maybe log in and something like that. Then when an admin goes to the login page, they can log in automatically, okay. But that is just a hint I'm giving you for now. So if you look at the logs, I think now the log file is now working perfectly fine, okay. So you see, and that is actually because I think I had written the mounting in the compose file wrongly, okay. But now you see we have our logs working, okay. But of course they can be improved, okay. For now I'll just delete both log files, okay. I'll delete both. In future we shall need to put this maybe like in a bucket storage, okay, object storage. So let us start, okay. I want to do something. I want to try out something, okay. I want to try out something. So given what I talked about here, okay, in these points, okay, concerning the admin dashboard, I want to start. In fact, I want to start by asking AI what are some of the major features an admin dashboard for this project would have, okay. So let us give it context, okay. The whole entire backend, entire front end, okay. Then of course we shall review. So I'll change from agent to ask, okay, auto plan, okay. And I say, what? It's time to build an admin dashboard. What are some of the features basic MVP should have, okay. I want to compare its suggestions to what I mentioned here, okay. And let's see. So I guess if I run this should be now, authentication should be removed, okay. See, there we go. We pick our data without authentication. Just wanted to show you that. Okay, so it is reading, okay. I think it's trying to read the entire stuff, okay. So yeah, with that, we're going to be able to have our admin dashboard, okay. Right now, it will be open for the beginning, okay. We shall not add authentication or authorization. Just build out a dashboard, see how it looks like, and then now we can start restricting, okay, where users go. That if you want to go to admin dashboard, maybe if you go to maybe /admin/this or admin dot maybe Airbound Ventures, like in the URL, okay, and that would be a subdomain, okay. That would require you to log in, okay. When you log in, then we should be able to redirect you to the appropriate page. And I think actually I've thought about something for that to work in the login, okay. When a user is being logged in, we shall need to return what is it called? Their group, okay. Their group and the permissions that they have, okay. The group and the permissions. So we should return the group, the permissions in that group, and other direct permissions, okay. Or we can restrict and say that what we are looking for is only the group and the permissions in that group. So this looks like I've overloaded it with context, okay, because these directories have grown so much, okay. This backend directory and this frontend directory now has a lot of stuff. And I'm starting to see these import statements are becoming way longer. So look at the plan, okay? Says create an admin routes and include operations in backend routers admin.py and backend crude admin.py. Implement user management, list search, deactivate, assign, make super user booking management, admin dashboard analytics. Okay, says add admin schemas in this. Define request models for admin operations, including user list, admin booking lists, dashboard analytics. Okay, talks about admin, protect admin routes, use require super user, require permission dependencies. So it says integrate S3 for ticket uploads. Okay, that's where we are going. It says implement ticket upload to AWS S3. Okay, it says Terraform config exists. Generate signed URLs, update booking the ticket URL, connect frontend admin pages, replace mock data with real, add admin, audit logging. Okay. Further considerations, pagination strategy, real-time updates. Okay. Says admin should show live booking updates via WebSocket or polling, or is a manual refresh acceptable for MVP? Okay. Export functionality. Admins do need to export booking payment data to CS. Okay. Yeah. So this is like actually more than what I would expect. Okay. For the MVP. So this is what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to keep it very basic. Okay. So I'm going to start this. Okay. I'm going to say create. I'm going to use Gemini. I've had this Gemini preview thing is actually really good at front-end tasks. That's from what I've seen, okay, on the internet. If it's not, we shall find out. Now, the first goal will be now to create that admin, okay, at the admin page. Let me see, in app, do we have anything like, okay, we have this admin, bookings. All right, that's a good start. I'm going to do this. Files and folders, add the front end. And then, this is what I'm going to say, okay, create a UI, create UI, create a page for the admin dashboard. Okay, create a page for the admin dashboard. Okay, and what else? Include summaries for total bookings, revenue, active users count. Okay, bookings today / this week. Okay, then I think with this, okay, let's say focus on the front end alone. So I want to get back here. Okay, I don't know if I had some instructions here. I want it to follow these instructions. Okay, but I'm going to start building this instruction file. Let's say follow the instructions in hashtag copilot instructions.md. Okay, and hit send. Oh, I've made a mistake. This should not be plan, okay? It should be agent. So let's see what it can cook. Let's see. I don't know if Gemini is slower. We need to find out. See app, admin. Okay, page.tsx. This is good. Okay. This one booking is booking ID. Okay. In fact, I'm going to get rid of it for now. I'm going to get rid of it so that we have at least. In fact, the other one also was AI generated, but that idea was, I think, off. Let me go with what I have right now. Let me zoom in. Then, oh, I see it had showed this. Navigate to detail booking view. Okay, let's do this. I'll undo it and leave it for now. Well, it can't get restored. No problem. I'll get rid of it completely. So it has created dummies. Okay, this is it's an interface, get relative date, mock bookings. Okay, no problem. Why is it okay? Validate file. Because what I handle file upload ticket, that is now too much. Okay. What I want is simply, sometimes you have to be careful with these AI tools. Okay. If it gives you more than you need, you can easily be in trouble. Okay. So let us keep, okay, and go to, is the front end running? Yeah, before we review, where is this page? I think yesterday had, because in the logs I'm seeing booking success. So I'm thinking, wait, is the booking success page loaded? And I closed it actually. So I'll cancel that, run it again, click. Okay, there we go. So all I need to do is to say /admin at that route. Okay. So this is what it has created. Of course, when you look at this, a number of things need to change. Okay. Number of things need to change. Why do they need to change? Because I'm not comfortable with how it looks. Okay. I need number one. Okay. But first of all, I appreciate that AI can help do certain, can I say, repetitive things. Okay. And we have this kind of stuff. Okay. That you can, we have this kind of like, by just prompting, okay, I can be able to have a table like this, okay, and I can filter by what is ready. I can find out what has failed, okay, We have this view details page. Okay. If it's not working now, it's okay. We have what else? Okay. This like view tickets up. This one here saying upload ticket. Okay. No problem. That is good. Okay. That is a good enough thing to have. Okay. But like, my concern was only on this. Okay. On this section, this summary section is what I wanted. And also something you see is that the navigation, okay, the navigation bar, okay, is can I call it double? Okay, we have this and that. Okay, if I come here, control if I say admin admin, I want to look for this text, copy admin dashboard. Okay, you see we have this header which has been created, okay, with the logout button. Okay, but again we have another logout button up here. So it is something that we can remove. Okay, keep it simple, and you're going to see me make tweaks to it. I'm going to make tweaks to it. So the first tweak I want to do, okay, I wouldn't want the logout to be here, okay, so that someone who is watching and it's the first time they don't get confused. I'll just remove it. Okay, remove it. That's why sometimes you need to know some basics, okay, over like HTML, CSS, Tailwind, JSX to be able to make edits to what AI has generated. So you see, it has been deleted. Okay, then even this my bookings page, I'm going to remove it. Okay, in fact, what I'm going to do is this: the admin is going to have a totally different navigation. Okay, navigation here. But yeah, I want to go step by step. So we have this summary. Okay, this bookings page, the booking table. Okay, it's working, but I probably do not want it now. Let me think. Should I remove it and just focus on this? All right, let's do this, my friends. Okay, let's now do this. Okay, this is the header. Okay, it's good. It has commented it. We have, if you look at total bookings, okay, this is the total bookings section. Okay, this is where they are displayed. Okay, then we have upload ticket and show model booking. Okay, this is the model. Okay, so I'm going to do this to keep things simple. I'm going to say remove everything, remove functions and everything to do with uploading tickets. I'm starting to think I should have just stuck to Gemini, and not Gemini, but to GPT 4.5, so that I just eliminate. Okay, so it is removing, because you need to be very careful. Okay, I've discovered AI is better if you try to make it to focus on small things. Okay, but it went beyond. Okay, it went beyond. In fact, in these copilot instructions here, I want to say use Tailwind for Tailwind. Yes, do not create. Do only what is asked. Okay. Do not do extra implementations. So I hope it will follow this. Okay. So I'll say keep. Let us see. All right. So you see, stuff is now broken, which is okay. Go down. I can even just remove them manually. Okay. Like this. Is it? Oh, it is still running. Okay. I thought it was done. Okay. but I could remove it by myself. But let's give it a chance. I was going to start cursing and saying, "Oh, AI is so fake," but it isn't yet. So tell me, what do you think? Do you think Gemini is slower than Sonnet 4.5? I mean, just switch to Sonnet for everything. Okay. So let's. Okay, it's still. I think it was done. So to say deleting unused imports. So the dashboard now focuses on viewing booking details and statistics. So come here. Okay, yes, this is what I wanted. If I come to this page, okay, zoom out, Control F, and try to look for anything concerning upload. I'm seeing one. Admin notes, tickets uploaded successfully. Okay, this is okay. Since it's just mocking data, okay? This is just mocking data. I won't cry, okay? I'm not going to mourn about it forever. But this is what I wanted, okay? Something basic like this, okay? We've seen the total, we have seen the total bookings, we have the total revenue, we have the active users, we have the bookings today or this week. This is a good, I say good baby step, okay? Good baby step. But of course, like if you've been doing backend development for some time or front-end development, this is not enough, okay? And why you're seeing it skewed like this because I've zoomed in, okay? If I zoom out, okay, you see that we can now scroll through this table, okay? But I just zoomed in for you to see that it's actually fine. Now, what do you think should be done, okay? Now I need the backend, okay, to have a route. Now, remember, guys, you see me prompting, but do you remember what I told you at the beginning when we were studying FastAPI? I told you that the main goal here, okay, is to learn FastAPI, understand it, understand any other new technology that I need, okay. Then we can use AI to make things faster, okay. Once AI generates the code, we'll review it, okay, and make changes where necessary. Why? Because the knowledge is already there. We are simply reviewing, and we know what is right or wrong. And of course, even you who is watching, you can teach me something. Like I always say, if you see me doing something wrong, do not keep quiet. Tell me, what you're doing is wrong. This other approach is a better approach. Okay, so this now should come from the backend. We have this basic admin page. Now we need it to come from the backend. So I'm going to switch to Claude Sonnet 4.5, okay, and say now create a route, okay, create an endpoint, okay, that will be responsible for fetching, for calculating the statistics for the booking summary. Okay. In fact, we can even add some more. Let me see. But I don't want to also make it crazy. Okay. If I show the total bookings, should it be the total? Okay, this total bookings is total bookings ever made. Okay. Bookings today or this week is fair. Okay. Then maybe bookings this month. Okay. So here can be today, week / month. Today, week, month. Okay. Then here you can see total bookings overall ever. Okay. Then if you want to know like the detailed stats, okay, I'll maybe create another page where you can search for stats for any particular period. Okay. Like maybe from 10 years ago to 5 years ago. That would come in later, okay? And also in this data here, okay, in this table has to come from the backend. It can't be static, okay? So let me try to make sure that by the end of this session, okay, this stream, all this data here is dynamic, okay? Even the data in this table is dynamic, okay? I also want to make sure that what we have here in the nav bar changes a little bit, okay? According to the user role. That would mean when someone logs in, we need the user role, not the user, yeah, the user role, like by user role, I mean the user group, okay? We return the user group when you log in. the user group, the permissions of that group, and any other direct permissions that someone has. But the group permissions, I want them to override the direct permissions, okay? Or maybe to keep things simple, we can see that you cannot have direct permissions, only group permissions, okay? You can say users can only be assigned to groups, okay? And those groups have permissions to keep things simple, okay? Of course, like, yesterday when I was implementing the role-based access control system, I included, okay? I included a way whereby you can have direct permissions or direct permissions from a group, but you can make things simpler, okay? And say, according to this system, only permissions can be assigned to a person through a group. So for anybody to have a permission, join them to a group. So let's go to here, see what the AI king has done, okay? Says, I'll create a backend endpoint for calculating the booking statistics. Let me first examine the current backend structure, then implement the endpoint, okay? So always good to generate code using AI, but we need to, number one, review it. Why do review it? To make sure that we understand what AI has done. But secondly, to make sure that AI has done what we want, okay? So two things, understand what AI has done, but also ensure that AI has done what we want, okay? So say I'll create the admin endpoint for the booking. Let me check, require perfect. The super user dependency class now exists. I need to update the admin router correctly. Okay. Summary, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let us look at the code. Okay. I want to go to the code. I'll come here. Okay. Close this. Go to the backend. So in routers, okay, in routers, you see we have admin.py, which is what I expected actually it to do. Okay, because we have flights, payments, tickets, users. So you should add an admin, okay, which is okay. So I'll minimize this, okay. So we come here, we see that we have the usual imports, okay. We have API router, depends, HTTP exception from FastAPI, okay. SQL model, session select, okay. I'm wondering why, okay. I wonder why, I know why session should be here, but select, we shall find out. Func is not used, okay. Maybe we can delete it. So date time time delta, get session, we know what get session is for, to help us have access to our database. Booking, the booking model. User in DB, the user model. Again, this user in DB, I'm thinking about changing it to just user. Okay, and I'll explain to you very soon why. Maybe in another stream or today. Booking stats, response, super user, dependency, get app logger. Okay, this is the logger, the log manager we built. For those of you who have been following, you know this very well. So API router, okay, we go ahead. So it says router starts bookings, okay. The response model is called the booking stats response. Let us look at it, okay. I'll hover my mouse. For let me first, yeah, I'll hover my mouse over this, okay. Press command or control, click, okay. Let us see what it has, okay. So it's a Pindatic base model. Why? Because they've imported base model from Pindatic, okay. Then we have field. What is field? Field gives us additional control over our fields. Things like validations or extra information like descriptions or titles, okay. So we see total bookings, okay, which is an integer, says field, okay, with a description, okay. Total revenue is a float, okay, with field having description. Active users is an integer. Bookings today is an integer. Bookings this week is an integer, okay. Now in the config, in the class config here, which is actually a nested class, if I do this, you see it's inside. Down here, we have the JSON schema extra, okay, which is like an example of what you're going to get, okay. I think this is for like documentation purposes, okay. We have total bookings, revenue, active users, bookings today. But to see this, let us prove it, okay. Let us prove it. I'm going to run this bad boy. Where is okay, let's open this. Okay, this is not work, but if I say localhost /docs, okay, and I look for stats, okay, stats, okay, this is what we're looking for, okay. I wanted to show you that it's actually for this, okay, this config here, okay, is for the documentation of Swagger. So if you come here, you see, we have it here, okay. Let me make it bigger so you can see. So active users, bookings this week, bookings today, total bookings, total revenue, okay. So that is it. Let me see, what else do we need? We just have a basic description. Okay, that's good enough so far. So I'll remove, I can close this. I just wanted you to see it. Okay, I can close this. Wow, this has zoomed a lot. So I'll reduce it, get back here. Okay, where? To our code. Okay, so I can say keep. Okay, then reduce this so that you can see more code. So you see, now in the routers, backend.routers, they import admin. Okay, so then it is registered. Remember, in the main.py for the backend. Okay, main.py in the backend, all the routers are registered. Okay, so we have the user router, like the flights router you've seen, the payments router you've seen. Now we are including the admin router. Okay, and this time it has added the prefix saying admin with a tag. Okay, we can do the same thing for these others. Okay, you can put a prefix users, prefix flights, prefix payments, but just put a prefix for admin, which is okay. Okay, I'll keep that. And then in the admin router, remember we have a directory for routers, okay, a package for routers, and inside here we have now the actual router where we are from. So I was just studying the booking stats response, okay, and I like it. I don't know what you guys say. So on the, it says async dev booking stats, we have a what is it called? We have two dependencies actually, okay. Say current user, okay, will be the user in DB and depends on the super user dependency. Okay, so this is what we did yesterday. If I open this, okay, it says this person should be a super user. Okay, meaning should be a staff, something like that. Okay, but I'm going to make it in such a way that you can have either super user dependency or in fact, I'm just going to use a group dependency. Okay, and I create a group called admins. Okay, because remember, a super user is also an admin. Okay, because a super user is someone who has all, okay, yes, all dependencies. I mean, all permissions. Okay, so a super user has group permissions, has permission dependencies. Okay, so for now, I'll leave this. It says session depends get session. Okay, so two dependencies. Then there's some description here, which we saw here. Where was it? Control Shift Command T. Okay, we saw it down here. Okay, this. If you don't know, this is what that text. Okay, booking starts for admin, and it simply explains what it returns and not what it requires. Okay, so I'll minimize this. So it says it logs. Okay, so what's this? What have I done again? Sorry, it says logger.info, logs and information. It says admin user, current user.email requesting booking statistics for logging purposes. Okay, then says get all bookings. Says session execute select booking.all. Not even recently, currently I'm working on a Django project, okay, for a client in Ghana. And in this project, I'm using something called the Hacksoft Django style guide, okay. In this Hacksoft Django style guide, it says that if you want to fetch anything from the database, okay, it should be in a file called a selector, okay. Maybe I will do that one day, okay. I'll do that one day. But I just wanted to let you know that there are actually style guides which can explain to you where to store information. They say calculate to bookings. Says total booking goes to length bookings. So I don't know whether this will be efficient, because in Django, if you did this, it would be bad. Okay, you have to use functions like aggregate. Okay, like aggregate. In FastAPI and SQL SQL model, I'm not sure how it works. Maybe this is the best efficient way. But let's go on. Okay. Says calculate total revenue. Okay. So says for bookings in bookings. Okay. So it finds if there's Amadeus order response. Okay. In fact, maybe for this. Okay. For this, I'm out because of this for loop already, I'm seeing that the booking directly needs to store the price, okay? To avoid having to for loop and go through this, okay? So it says, it tries to pick the travelers from the Amadeus response, okay? Then for every traveler pricing, it gets the traveler info, okay? The traveler info has the total price, okay? Then it tries, okay? Revenue plus equals to float, that if there's either a value error or type error, just says continue, okay? But this is way too much, trust me, okay? So I'm going to leave it to work, okay? I'm going to leave it to work, but later, for now, of course, it is going to work since we're just in development, okay? It will work because we're in development, but later, I'm going to adjust it so that it, at the time when we are creating a booking, okay, when we are creating this booking in the database, okay, the booking model should have a price field, like something like total price, okay, total price for that flight booking, so that when we come here, okay, we don't have to do this. Look at this. This is a loop, the first loop, okay, then another nested loop, okay. This is too much, okay. For now, it will work, but I'm just letting you know that I'm going to change it. Let us just have it working. You know what they already say? First have it working, okay? Make it work, then improve. Then it says calculate active users, okay? It says set booking.user ID for bookings in bookings, okay? So it gets the unique user IDs. Say active users, learn user IDs, okay? What we will have right now, we have actually is active on the user model. Says calculate bookings today. This is the current date time, this has been deprecated. Should fetch it from time zone. These are things that should be improved. Just be time zone now, or it has to be time zone aware. Like the date time object should be time zone aware. Okay, and this has been UTC now has been deprecated. Okay, so a time zone aware object simply means a date time object in Python that has information about the time zone. Okay, so say today start, it picks this, then catches the sum. Say one for bookings in bookings, if booking.created at is greater than or equals to today's start. Okay, no problem. It says calculate bookings this week. Okay, so it does now minus 7 days. Okay, time delta 7 days to get the ones for a week. Okay, then it does a similar logic here. Okay, then booking starts to respond. Then it populates total bookings, total revenue, active users, bookings today. Okay, that. So I'll keep. Okay. But this is what I want to do, okay? I want to modify because right now the admin is not going to authenticate right now, okay? I want it to just populate, okay? So I'll say I'll say so see the endpoint is ready to use. Would you like me to update the front-end admin page to fetch real data from this endpoint instead of mock data? I'll say yes, okay? They'll say I'll say remove the dependencies for now. Yeah, just remove the dependencies, okay, so that we just have it working. Once this whole page is okay and working, okay, then that is when I will now because right now if I put this, okay, we are going to fail. We're going to fail, okay, here because they won't have any admin user, okay. We don't have any an admin user, so I want this, okay, to pass without authentication, okay. Then say keep, okay, so we only have the database dependency, only requires the database session. So I'll say integrate the front end. So once I have that, okay, once I have that, let me see. I just want to make sure that it has done what I expect. So only this has been removed. In fact, I should have I should have maybe reviewed it quickly before accepting the changes. Okay, so yeah, every time I do something, I want you to understand what I'll be doing. So once we get it working, okay, later after the stream, I'll make updates like this. Okay, seeing this is actually paining me. And I'm sure many of you who are experienced developers, you're looking at this and you're like, wow, what a calculation of a total. This is really too much. To calculate a total, you don't need to do this. In fact, this is going to push me to start looking at SQL model, how to do aggregations. Okay, aggregations. Someone told me you can use I don't know if there's an MCP server, MCP for, what is it called? An MCP for things like SQL model, SQL alchemy, so that we plug into this tool. Okay, we plug and make the copilot aware of it. Okay, so that maybe the best practices are always followed. Okay, because this is, yeah, you don't want to do this. Even just this. See this single line of code. About FastAPI, I'm not sure, but in Django, this could actually impact you in speed. Trust me. There's a better way of doing this. This line 35, you're saying. Okay. Says, let's just see what it says here. Excuse me. It says, now let me update the admin dashboard to fetch real data from the API. Now let me add a loading state. I need to close the conditional rendering properly. That's perfect. The admin dashboard is now integrated with the backend. Changes include added API integration, loading state, error handling, fallback data, use mock data calculations if API is unavailable. No. I don't want this. Okay. If API is unavailable, simply don't put mock data. Okay. Tell us there's a problem. Okay. I don't want mock data. Okay. So I'll say if API is unavailable, don't show mock data. Okay. The admin should know that the data the data is not available. I don't know what you guys think, but I think this is something better. Why show mock data? I don't want mock data. Okay. So okay, I see something nice on the front end. Okay. There's a TypeScript interface. Okay. Total bookings, total revenue, active users, bookings today, bookings this week, and all of them are numbers. Kudos to TypeScript. We don't have to have, like, of course, in the backend we saw that there are total, some things were integers, some things were floats, but in TypeScript you simply have number, whether integer, float, just a number. So it says I've updated the front end to show NA in red when the API is unavailable or fails to load data. So it says no fallback data, clear indication of unavailable data, error message is displayed, proper data validation. Okay, let's just cancel this and review. I can keep this. Says set stats, booking stats is loading, set loading stats, stats error, set stats error. I'll keep this. Okay, so the manual, this has been removed. I'll remove, say keep. So we have this error alert. Okay, so say start, if there's a stats error, show this. Okay, this is what this and means in the JavaScript or TypeScript world. Okay, that if there's an error, show this. Okay, meaning this and means both things must exist. Okay, there should be a stats error and this other side must exist. Like a trick. Think of it as a trick way of showing data. So I'll keep this. Then here, you're saying loading skeletons. Okay. Okay. I'll leave this. What am I looking for? This is it. See, total bookings not equals to undefined. Total bookings and that. Okay, they show this is the NA it was talking about. Okay, when it's not available. Okay, so saying if the total bookings is not equals to undefined, okay, show the total bookings. Otherwise, show this element, okay, with the NA in red. So I'll keep the same thing here. Okay, if the total revenue is not equal to undefined, show this, the total revenue. Okay. Says total revenue dot local string. Okay. Says minimum fraction digits 2, minimum fraction digits 2, maximum fraction digits 2. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Okay. Otherwise, it shows what? NA. So I'll keep similar for active users, keep similar for bookings today, keep. Okay. So let us refresh. I see the skeleton. I like the skeleton. Okay. Says failed to fetch stats 401. Okay. But now you cannot tell a user 401. Like, why would an admin know what a 401 is? Okay. That's rubbish. Okay. But I think I need to rerun. Okay. I need to rerun the backend to pick up the changes. Okay. And right now you can notice it's actually fast. I don't need to save build. Okay. Because of what I showed you in the other end. Okay. So I want to copy this error. Okay. And reload. There we are. Okay. We now get real data. Okay. We have one booking. That is true. We have one booking. We have total revenue. That is true. We have zero money. Man, we're not making money. But we need to improve this because actually we made money. Okay. If I go to the bookings of this guy, okay, my bookings, okay, it needs to be logged in. Let's log in this other client. Is it this other account? Okay, you see, it paid. This one was paid. Okay, it's paid. But also, what I want to do is this. Maybe if I said paid, maybe I registered the total revenue. Okay, so you see, it was paid. Okay, if you go to view booking details, you see the total amount was this 512, about $513. Okay, so total revenue should have something, guys. We're not that broke. Okay, active users 1, that is correct. Bookings today versus this week, this is correct. Okay, today there have been 0 bookings, but this week we have had 1 booking. Okay, so yeah, there's progress. I'm happy. And I actually, I'm loving coding in this AI era. Do you know how long it would take to get this, to write code for this? So I'll leave it to write and then I review. If I refresh, I'm liking that. I think that shimmer effect, like the skeletons, okay? Before the actual data comes in. So nice. I could refresh this for 10 minutes. Crazy. I'm getting crazy. I'm too excited. Too early. This booking data, I don't need it. Okay? Let me control F. Let me see if it's being used. I don't need this booking data. That's why it's important to review. Sometimes AI forgets to do things. I want to remove this. Even this one is useless. Okay? Say bookings.filter. Oh, okay. It's using them in the table. Okay? So let's do this. Okay? Let's do this. Okay? This is what I'm going to do. Okay? To get rid of all the mocking bookings data. Okay? We remove the mocking bookings data for the summary, but we need to remove the mock data for also the booking. So this is what I'm going to do, guys. Okay? Just be patient with me. Let me check time. Okay? Need to make sure I'm not late again today. I am going to ask it to create an endpoint, okay? Which is very basic, okay? To fetch all bookings for the admin, okay? So that we remove the mocking bookings data, okay? And then the number of tweaks you can do, then we shall wrap up, okay? So just be a little bit patient with me. So I'll say remove the mockings bookings for the table. Create an endpoint to fetch the mockings data for the fetch the all bookings data for the admin. So let me leave this as it does that. I want to check something. Okay, I might have forgotten something. If I go to not routers, models, bookings.py, okay, status. We are changing the status to, I now get it. I understand. Yeah. We have the status and models, but we're not saving the price. We need the total price here, guys. Okay. We need the total price here. That is something very, very important. Total price is required on this. Yeah. So that, because to avoid this issue, okay. Actually, what I actually discovered, it is actually very simple, but because we have made it complex, okay, we're ending up with this kind of rubbish, okay. So this total price that you're seeing, if I come to this page, okay, this total price that you're seeing here, okay, USD 512, okay, is the price that should be saved on this bookings model, okay. So maybe to save time, maybe after the stream, I'll add it here, okay. And then in this calculation, I'll improve this calculation here, okay, so that it's picked from here. Then of course I'll push and you'll see the update, okay. After all, I'm sure you've now understood what I'm trying to do. So zoom out a little bit, okay. Sorry, someone was calling me. I think I'll pick them up later. Close this, admin.py. Do we need, okay. So I want to close this and move. Hey guys, I don't know, you who is watching right now, please let me know. You guys are too quiet. What do you say? Do you find this useful? Do you learn? Does this make sense to you? Have I confused you? So it says async def get all bookings. Session, okay, depends on the database. Let me zoom out a little bit. Then logger.info, fetching all bookings. So it says get all bookings with user data, okay? It fetches all bookings, say session.execute, select booking, order by, booking.created at in descending order. Let me zoom in, okay? Then it says transform to response format, okay? Says for booking in bookings, response.append, admin booking response, the booking ID, the flight order ID, the booking status, created at, the ticket URL, then the user information, the user ID, the email of the user who has booked, and then the Amadeus order response. Do we need it? Okay, I'm going to modify it, okay? I'm not sure if we need it. I'm going to modify it, okay? So you see this error. So it's failed to fetch bookings 404. No bookings found. No bookings match the current filter. No problem. We're going to update you. Then an exception, logger.exception, error fetching bookings for admin, no problem. Then here there is an exception, status code 500, detail and error occurred while fetching bookings. Not bad. I think it's done with the admin side. I'll keep. So if we look at this, say admin user info in admin booking, did it use it? The thing is doing rubbish. You didn't use it. I'm going to delete it. So this it's only actually, it is actually using it here. I was going to get crazy. Why are you over hallucinating? So you see in the says from attributes equals to true. We're going to make it easier. Things like Amadeus or the response. I don't think we need it. Okay. So it says perfect. Let me verify the compilation errors resolved. All TypeScript errors are resolved. Extracting PNR. Okay. Extracting flight details. Showing only user email. Determining ticket status. Using display enrolling state. Okay, let me keep this. I want to meanwhile rerun, just reload the backend. Okay, backend fully reloaded faster. So here we see that the interface has changed, okay? If I remove this, I want to just keep and go through all of it. So the interface booking, okay, this matches what we have on the backend, okay? Then booking stats, we have seen this. It has changed even this for filtering. Let us see. Okay, let us first see that it works, okay? So if I refresh, there we go. Okay, this is now better. Okay, this is now better. This is what I wanted. Okay, real data, so that you see we have one booking. So even the table should reflect that we have one booking, not the rubbish that we had earlier. Okay, so I click view details. Okay, it has not been implemented yet, which is okay, fair enough. So you can see that here we have the scale in the first section here of the summary. We have the skeleton. Then down here we have the can I call it the loading, the spinner. So this is called the spinner, the loading indicator. So this is better. Okay, this is nice. Just to maybe I can tell you to make the font a little bit bigger. Okay, bigger just by one factor. You can say scale the font size in the bookings table by a factor of one. By a factor of one. So improve it. Okay. So if I try to processing ready, okay, no booking is found, ready, processing, okay, that is okay, all statuses, okay. In fact, even this shall have to change to things like paid, okay. You need, okay, by status, which status is it searching for? That's another question I need to resolve, okay. But let us see. Font size in the booking table are already at their current scale factor of 1, means no change. All text sizes, do you mean scale them up or down? I'll say increase the font size. I think I actually thought that was a bad prompt. Scale them up, scale them. Actually, it was a bad prompt. Okay. Yeah. AI got me there. I'll admit it was a terrible prompt. But let's see. What is here? What is here? What is here? What is here? What is this I'm seeing? Okay. I need to reduce this. Copy this, drag it. Okay. Even without need of checking, it should be visible. Oh yeah, this is actually better. Okay. So you see that the text is bigger. Okay. We have the booking details. This is the booking ID. Okay. We have the PNR. Okay. Then the date and time that you booked. Okay. The customer's name, the customer's ID. Okay. The flight, where they are going to, the details. Okay. Of the flight, whether it has been paid, and then the ticket status. Okay. Ticket is, of course, pending. Now we're in business. Okay. Yeah, the admin dashboard is now taking shape. Okay, so this is what I want to do. I want to do something. Okay, I want to commit this first. Okay, I want to commit. Okay, just delete commit. So I want to commit this, but after committing, this is what I want to do. Okay, I want to focus on a few things. Okay, I want this page not to be open. Of course, like it shouldn't be open. Okay, you should log in. Okay, and the person right now who has logged in, this person here, is not an admin. Okay, both of you can agree to that. He's not an admin. Okay, so before we close up, I want to make sure that the person who logs in here, okay, to this dashboard is an admin. Okay, so when you log in, I want to make sure that the users group and the permissions of that group are sent, okay, to the front end. So yes, I'll do this. I'll confirm this. Says pre-commit not found. Let me just do that, okay? Then after I'll say, so that you guys can also have it, I'll say git push public, okay? Because I have two repositories, the public and private. At some point, I'll stop sharing the code. Maybe after the MVP is complete, minus mirror, okay? So that you guys can, so the public repository, the link is in the description. So I'll just push the code right now. So what I want is this, okay? I want to, what I want to do, because I want to set a different topic, I'll create a new session. I think I'll use Sonnet 4.5 still. Then I'll add context. Context, okay. Backend, okay. Let me start with backend to make it simple, okay. I say on the user login route, okay. When a user logs, when route return, okay, the users group and the groups permissions. Okay, I want to do this. Why? Because when you log, because using that, okay, the front end will know where to redirect the user. Okay, when you're an admin, I want it to come to this admin dashboard. Okay, and I'm going to have restrictions. Okay, that in all paths that lead to the admin, okay, are going to have restriction. Okay, and that would mean that this user here will not have access to this page, because right now the user has access to this page. Okay, you can go to the bookings page. Okay, which is okay. You can come to their bookings. This is for a client. Okay, this is a customer. Customer can come here. Okay, but the customer should not come to this page. Okay, right now the customer has access to this page. In fact, anyone, okay, has access to this page. So I'm going to put, we need to put restriction here. Okay, so yeah, project is taking shape. Something that began with me just learning FastAPI for 30 days is starting to look something, okay, like it's going to move to a certain direction. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. Let me see. I need to go to, and actually when if this can happen, okay, that would mean now I can now go to other pages to this, okay, to the route of this, okay, and then put those restrictions you get on the dependency. I can now put a group dependency. So let's go to routers users.py. Or maybe before that, let's just read what it has done. Then we go there. Okay. So here it says, I'll help you modify the user login route to return the user's group and the group's permissions. Let me first examine the current login implementation. If I go down, okay, let's go step by step. Let me check how the user is fetched in the authenticate user function. Let me check the schemas to see if there are response models for groups and permissions. Let me create this necessary schema models and update the login endpoint. It says create a response schema for permission and group in the auth schema. Update the token schema to include user info with groups and permissions. Modify the login endpoint to fetch and return this data. Let me verify the changes we applied correctly. It says perfect, syntax errors. So it did a summary. Okay, it says auth.py. So it says this is going to be the response structure. Okay, so the login endpoint now returns something like this. Okay, the access token type, the user ID, the email, okay, is active. Is this a super user or not? Okay, then the groups. Okay, for the groups, okay, this is the group ID, the group name, the description, the timestamp, and the permissions of that group. Okay, this is what I want. Okay, this is okay. Okay, so for the permissions, you see that the permission ID, permission name, code name, description, created. Okay, this is good, but maybe we are giving the front end too much information. Okay, like this is active. Okay, I'm going to maybe hide it. Okay, I don't want the front end to know whether you're active or not. If you're inactive, you'll never know. In fact, you should not even be able to log in. Okay, even in super user, say hide is active, say remove, maybe exclude is a better word for AI to know. Exclude is active. That's why it's good to always fast to know what you're doing. Okay, know what you're doing, know what your intention, then guide AI. Okay, remove is super user. Okay, for groups, include only the name and description. Simple. Okay, group name and description. I don't want it to know whether this person is active or not. In fact, if the person is not active, you'll never know. They'll never log in. That's the point. Okay, maybe I can just keep now and hit send. It will change. So once it changes, says let us look at the login. Okay, so this is what we had initially. Okay, we had authenticate user, we had create access token, but now this is now the additional. Okay, the additional. Okay, see that says group, says build. There's a comment here. Say build user info with groups and permissions. Nice. So see this. Look at this. Okay, we have group read and permission read. Okay, I need to understand what a group read is all about. Okay, so if I go to group read, okay, you see, if I go to the structure here, it's in schemas. Remember what a schema is? A schema is for validation of the request input, the request, okay, or validation of the response. Okay, it does not deal with the database. Always remember that. Okay, remember that. I took time for it to stick in my head. And it is very basic. So it has removed the ID and created time, only the name and description, which is what I want. Okay, so for the groups, we simply need the name, the description, and the permissions. Okay, so I'll keep this. User info, also you can just give us their email. Okay, don't tell me whether it's active or not. Okay, active should be something for the backend to know. Okay, only if you're not active, you'll never log in. Okay, so keep. So even here I'll keep. Okay, keep. Okay, let's now review again. So let's go to permission read. Permission read simply has the ID. Permission also, I want to remove the ID. Okay, don't need the ID. I remove this ID. Remove this ID. Come here. Name, code name, description. What is this? Let me go back here. Created art. I don't need this also. Created art. I'll remove this. This is for the backend. Maybe if there's something required, we can change. Okay. So you're saying for every permission, okay, in group.permissions, okay, look at this, okay, there's a permission read object which is created, okay, and all this, I want to explain to you how I understand this, okay. For every permission in a group is permission. Remember, a group has permissions, okay. For every permission in the group permission, we create a permission or a permission read instance, okay, and populate the name, code name, description, okay, and then we put in a list. Okay, this is a list. Okay, this is a list. Then after that, for every group in user groups, we have simply the group read. Okay, this is how I think about it. This is the first level. Okay, first level, we have the group read. Okay, we have think about group read as the group information. Okay, and a group has a name, a description, and permissions. So it's permissions. How do we get them? For every group permissions, we use this group read. As simple as that. Then everything is in this general it says groups with permissions. I think it makes sense, and I'll actually I'll remove this comment. Okay, maybe okay. Let me just leave it. Okay, let me just leave it because it may not be obvious unless you critically think about it. Then later we have user info equals to user info, says ID equals to user.id, email equals to user.email, groups equals to groups with permissions. Wow, looks good, looks good, looks good. This authenticate user class, okay? Later, I'm going to modify it, okay? It says eagerload groups and their permissions, okay? Yeah, actually, it has modified it. If you look at it carefully, it says select user in DB, select user in DB, where email. Then options is select in load, user in DB.groups, select in load, then passes a function, okay? Okay. Okay. This other is stayed the same. Let's find out, okay? We need to find out whether it's going to actually work, okay? Now, this is what I'm going to do now, okay? I am going to say integrate the front end so that on login, the user is redirected to the correct login, so that on login, if the user is of the admin group, okay, they are redirected to the admin page, okay? Say add protection for slash admin for all slash admin routes, okay? So all should be protected routes for only admin access. If wrong, if not admin, redirect to login, or if regular user allow access. Hash ready. Long time. How are you doing? Allow. Okay, let me just, if not admin, redirect to login, or if regular user allow access to other pages. Not in. Yeah, so the goal is this, okay? Maybe my mind is just also tired, okay? Hash already, you've been lost. So let me do this. I want to show you something, okay? What I'm trying to do is this. I want to block that if you want to access routes here, okay, to this admin, this route here, anything here, you should be an admin, okay? Otherwise, you're not. Wow, I see time is fast spent. Hasha, where have you been hiding? Are you still live? Are you still on this stream, or are you off? So let me see if I can finish this up. I'm starting to feel like I should have these streams for maybe much earlier. I'm starting to think, if possible, on the weekend, I'll start streaming at 5 a.m. I don't know if I can do a 5-hour stream. I think I'll do a lot. Or just get crazy, start at 4 a.m. Okay. Wake up, start streaming from 4 a.m. to 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Okay, let me see. 4 to 5 to 6 to 7, 3 hours. I'm happy to know that you're doing okay, Hasha. I'm also okay, trying to move forward with this project. and get done with it. Glad to know you're very alive. busy with some client projects, so just got back now. Okay, interesting. No problem. I'm happy to know that you have clients and you're making some money. Yeah, very happy for you. I hope this client is giving you good money. We're in December, and the year has to end when your pocket is fat. If that client does not give you money, send me their email. I'll give them an appropriate talk to give you something fat. Okay, your pocket has to be fat. You have to eat well. But yeah, jokes aside, I'm really happy that I'm glad you're working. So anytime you're free, you can always catch up with us here on YouTube. But your first focus should be, of course, on the client work. What kind of project is it? Is it like, what industry is it in? Is it in tech? Is it agriculture? Is it health? Is it automation? Is it oil? I don't know. I'm just guessing. I want to know. Is it in maybe travel, like what I'm building right now? Says good, the admin layout will protect all admin routes. Let me also create a middleware or hook to protect other routes that need authentication but aren't admin only. This is the problem about AI. Okay. Other routes are already okay. I didn't ask you for this, but anyway, let me not rant. Let me check if there are pages under my that should be protected. These pages already checked for token, but let's add proper protection with redirects. Let me create a layout files for these routes. Okay, yeah, layout files make sense. So let me check any compilation errors. Perfect. Let me create a comprehensive summary document for the. I hate MD files. In fact, in this here, I think here, this guy has forgotten the rules. Okay, I did not tell it. I see in this MD file. There are guys who forget to leave them, and I see so many of them in people's repositories. So I'll close this. Okay, it has created a hook, a use auth hook. Let us see. If it picks use effect, okay, we have use client, use effect, use router, use auth. We have a use require auth, okay? Instance of a router gets is authenticated from use auth, okay? If not authenticated, you're pushed to the landing page, okay? And it has two dependencies, authenticated and router. So in case any of these changes, this use effect hook will be rerun. Then it's saying return is authenticated. Use require admin, okay? It has a router, excuse me, an instance of a router. From use auth, we pick is authenticated and is admin. Then in the use effect, okay, if you're not authenticated or you're not an admin, we push you to the landing page, okay, and it has dependencies, okay, authenticated, admin, and router, and it returns a boolean if you're authenticated and you're an admin, okay, not bad, makes sense. Says use redirect if authenticated. It says redirect to, okay, you can, this is the default, but it can be changed. So instance of the router from use auth we get is authenticated, then the same logic, okay? So router dot push redirect to, you can force a redirection to a particular page that you want, okay? So I'll keep this. I'll say, did you follow hashtag copilot instructions.md? So it removes its rubbish MD files, too many MD files. So I'm seeing a profile layout. Okay. This one has the router and is authenticated. Then check if it is authenticated. If not authenticated, don't render anything. Then return the children. Okay. I'll make this up. This empty file should be removed. Okay. So you see it as actually saying RM. Says you are right. I violated instructions. Instruction 3 from compiled instructions. Do not create markdown files. I created markdown files. Okay, so it's deleting them. So I'll say delete them. Okay. I just did that so it has it in its context. But what matters is that is it working? Okay. So we've looked at the hook types. Okay. In types, I think it has types for, I can see type for permission. Okay, which is good. Okay. Permission for the name, code name, description. Okay. The group, we have the name, description, permission list. Okay. User info, ID, email, groups. Okay. Login response, you have the access token, token type, and user info. And user info is made up of these things. This is nice. I'll keep this. I like this. Auth.ts. What is this? Okay, this is the zoo stand. Okay. Number of things have been added. I see user info has been added. Is admin. Login now expects the token and the user info. We have, okay, I'll keep this. In case of anything, we shall change. Login model. I think the name, yeah, okay, the name is just wrong, but this shouldn't be, I was going to be like model. What are you talking about, model? If I go to the top, I'll see that is okay. Use, okay, we shall check, okay. Trust me right now, I'm actually struggling. I'm tired, okay. Say, what is this? Prepare form data for auth to password flow. This is obvious. I want to see what has changed. Okay. Okay, this is what I wanted. Okay. This, I think if is admin, push to that. Otherwise, this. Case of errors, user info. There is a function. Okay. Function to get information from local storage. Permissions as groups. Okay. I think this is good. We were, before that, let me see what is in the comment section. Hash already says making a web app for an EV vehicle service. Customers can book slots. Customers can choose services. Customers can chat with support. Okay, nice, nice. EVs. I think Elon is your bro. If you look at the lineage of humanity, you might find that Elon Musk somewhere maybe your great 10 times, or maybe 100 times is related to Elon. Yeah, anyway, jokes aside, but yeah, that's a nice industry you're in. EV. Do you know Ola electric vehicles? No, but I can find out. Ola electric vehicles. I think this is the first one. Ola electric. Wait, Hasha, you guys have an offer for me. Why don't you just give it to me? Exclusive offer. Take your Ola home with a free 5-year extended warranty. Introducing Ola S1 third generation portfolio. So you have both electric vehicles and bikes. Okay. The Ola parts. Okay. Interesting. Nice. Actually, me, I know Indians for scooters. Okay. Growing up, I knew scooters are for Indians. Because where I grew up in Eastern region, only Indians had scooters. And whenever I would see a scooter parked, I knew that's for an Indian. So after some time, when I moved to a city, when I saw people who are not Indians with scooters, I was like, this is what's this? Like it looked odd. So Hasha, if I see with a scooter, I won't be shocked. But first, send one here for a test ride to prove that your scooters are good enough. First, send one to my side. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. Ola Electrics. Okay, let me get back here. So you see, it has worked. Do you remember I was on the page I was on? If I say // admin, and I hit send. Okay, I saying I'm redirected back to this page. This is what is supposed to happen. Okay, because the current user who has logged in is not an admin. You get it? It has worked. Okay, maybe I'll need to do some code review because the things I need to check. But if you've seen in auth.ts, just has helper functions for getting the auth token, getting the email, user info. But all these are things that I'll have to update. But if you go to the login, what's calling that name login model is annoying me. Should it be login model? I want to show you something. Okay, so we send the request. Okay, to the backend. But what I wanted to show you is this. Okay, this one login stores the auth data. Then here I think check if admin is admin, if user is admin, say data.user.groups. Okay, this is now important. .sum. Okay, group.name.lowercase is equals to admin. Okay, so if any group, sum means if any matches admin. Okay, we now say that here we've got this guy what a success. So if admin router.push admin, otherwise this. Okay, and if I go to, I want to show you something. If I go to I want to show you something. If I close this, okay, just to make sure you understand what is going on. Utils of the TS, did you open here? Okay, yeah, this is what actually I started with. I want to show you something. If I go to this admin, okay, layout.tsx, okay. Now look at this admin layout, okay. Here is where the nice things are happening, okay. It first checks if the user is authenticated, okay. If you're not authenticated, we simply maybe push you to this page, okay. You check if the user is an admin. If the user is not an admin, you may be authenticated, but you're not an admin, okay. Like in this case, you're authenticated, but you're not an admin, okay. We push you to the home page, this one here. Then also down here, if you're not authenticated and you're not an admin, simply doesn't render anything, okay. That's what I like about this. If I go to admin, okay, layout is okay. If I go to this one has layout, okay, here, okay. This one also has security, okay. If you're not authenticated, you simply go to the forward landing page, okay. To test it, it works, okay. If I click my bookings, you see, I come to my bookings page because this user is authenticated, okay. If where can I now show you? So these layout pages are important. Think about I don't know how to explain this. Okay, yes, in your free time, go and study about what a layout page means in Next.js. Okay, it's not complex actually. If you go to profile, okay, but this is something that needs to be created specifically. Okay, here it is. Okay, there's also things like change password, whatever. But I don't think I've even implemented this yet. So my bookings, okay. Now let's do this. Okay, if I log out, click log out. Okay, I go to my bookings. You see, I'm constantly brought back to the landing page. Okay, so I want to make an adjustment. Okay, for my booking, you should go to the login page first. Okay, not here. Okay, say if /admin routes or customer /my is accessed and not logged in, redirect to login, something like that. Okay. Hasha says, since Ola EV service is poor, the client aims to offer the best service. The client aims to offer the best service for all EV brands, so it gets to some help for the Ola users. Okay, that's nice. Because actually, Hasha, that is problem identified, solution being offered. Then Hasha says, which currency do you use? It depends. Okay, depends. Sometimes USD, okay, or the Uganda shilling. Depends. You guys in India use, is it lakh? Is it called the lakh? I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. Is lakh like rupee? I use rupees. Yeah, lakh is like 100,000. Yeah, according to this, use rupees. Okay, I think I know this guy. Is in this Mahatma Gandhi? Correct me if I'm wrong. So, say if not authenticated, okay, redirect to to the login. Okay, so I'll keep this. Use client. Okay, if not redirect, if not authenticated, we push you to the login. Okay, that. And later on, you're going to be redirected back to the admin. So I'll keep this. Keep this layout. Okay, even this is also now better. Okay. Login response. This is okay. Let's now test it. Okay. If I try to go to my bookings, you see, there's that kind of delay, but I need to fix it. Okay. I need to fix it. But this is okay. Okay. If I go home, okay. If I go to my bookings, you see, I've been brought back to the login page. This is what I want. If I go to slash admin, hit enter. Okay, that took time, but that's not good. Okay. /admin. These are improvements I need to do. Okay. That's okay. If I go to my bookings, let me try to log in. Login. Okay. Incorrect email or password. I'm supposed to pick it, I think, from what is it called? Let me type it manually. I was expecting help from there we go. There we go. The bugs start showing up. So you see, it passed. Okay. It passed. Look at what the backend is giving us. Oh, let me try to rerun the backend. Rerun the backend. I'm not sure if I run it again after the update. Okay. But let's see what the backend is giving us. We're getting the access token. So it is trying to read an email, but it's not finding the email. So let me run again. Saying fail to fetch. Okay. So we have a bug. Okay. We have a bug. Let us tell it to let's give it. This is a common bug. Should be able to fix it. Wow. I'm tired, guys. Trust me. Ash already says I'm currently freelancing from India. If I get clients through you, it will help me to earn good income from international projects. Yeah, no problem, by the way. If I got a client, I have no problem connecting you to a client. What is interesting that if I also got a client from India, that would be an international project for me. Yeah. As long as it's not in your country, it's automatically an international project. I'm interested, how do you get your clients? I've been getting clients through people I've worked with in the past. Okay. Let us see. Was AI able to understand the logs? I see the issue. The lambda function in the select is causing SQL alchemy error. Let me fix the backend authentication function. I need to fix the select in load syntax. The issue is with the lambda. I need to import the group mode and reference its permission attributes correctly. The SQL alchemy error is now fixed. The issue was using a lambda function group instead of referencing. The login should now, all right. I am a human. Should I trust your intelligence? Yeah, so actually, Hasha, what we need to do, we need to actually create what I think what needs to work. We need to create like probably a community and know what skills people have, what you have and what I have. Why do I say this? Okay. There are people I work with and projects I'm working on currently with clients in Ghana and Nigeria, but I've never met these people. But how it happened is that they know what I can do, and I also know what they can do. So when I get deals, like for example, in design and business, I tell them, okay. And when they get deals in what I can do, they also let me know, okay. And sometimes we even end up on working on similar projects. On, in fact, let me say the same projects because the project requires their skills and my skills. Hasha says 1 INR is equals to 1 rupees only, but I got a client from UK or US. It turns 1 USD to 89 rupees in one. Yeah. Trust me. In fact, let me tell you, Hasha, I love why I love international clients is that you get paid in USD. Okay. Yeah, trust me, you earn really well. In fact, I was seeing the exchange rate for people who are working for people in like in Dubai, UAE countries, and or the pound, the UK area. It's really good money. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. So let's try this out one more time. There we go. It worked. So the issue was fixed. Okay. So now look at this. Okay. We get access token, but in fact, there's a better way of doing this. It's good that I've come to this page. Okay. Later, if I forget, please remind me. Okay. There's a better way of doing this. Okay. But it's for another day. Hasha, I agree with you. It is something we need to do more. Okay. To do more. Those international clients. I get clients through cold calls and emails. Interesting. I have tried cold calls, but oh my god, maybe I have a fear about doing it. I have a fear about doing it, but yeah, it is something I need to do more cold calls and emails. But I've mainly got clients through people I've worked with and let me just say my network. Okay, people I've studied with, people I've worked with, former colleagues, former friends. That's how I've been getting my work, and also like through LinkedIn and also even here YouTube. Some people see like these videos and these live streams, then they reach out to me. Like, oh, I saw your video. You're talking about this. You look like someone who knows what you're doing. Can you come and work with us on this short-term project? That's how I've also got my clients. So, but I want to follow your approach. Something else I want to try out is Upwork. One time I tried Upwork, but it was for I think a week, and I got some responses, but it was not as promising as I expected. What failed me on Upwork was the taxing. Okay, I was not able to get to resolve the taxing issue in my country. So I guess I have to get time, go to the government offices here in my country, fix the taxation issue, get the tax identification number, okay, then maybe put it on Upwork, okay, and then get work, okay. Yeah, so Upwork is something I want to try out soon, okay. And of course, now that I'm meeting people like you, like I'm meeting you, Hasha, okay. Every time I get a gig, I let you know. Every time you get a gig, you let me know, okay. Stuff like that's how like networks and client bases are built. So look at this response. Okay, we get the user ID, email, groups, nothing. Okay, this is correct because this person is not in any group. So, but they're just a regular user, which is okay. So I'll close this. And of course, you can see the bookings data. Okay, we get the bookings data. I want to close this. Okay, so it works. Okay, if I try to do this, if I go to slash admin, I want to see what happens. Okay, it failed. Okay, and simply came to this page. Okay, but there was that delay. Okay, that's a bug, by the way, and I'll fix it. Okay, if I go back to my bookings, nice, it works. So let me do this. Okay, let me commit this. But before I commit, I want to make sure AI has done what I expected it to do to fix that error. Go to not users, but security. Okay. Utils security. It made a change somewhere here. Okay. I see. Look at the change. Okay. Select user in db.group, select in load group.permissions. Okay. So it was correct. The lambda group permissions was the issue. Okay. So I'll keep. So yeah, it was a small fix, but in fact, do you remember when I was trying to read through it earlier? I was kind of like unsure. Maybe I should have paid more attention to it. But here we are. It's worked out cool. All right. So I like committing small changes. Okay. You want to say, let me say commit. I want small changes. So one more thing, let me see the time. Wow. This has been long. I want to spend, I need to do some more things. Okay. Maybe I can do it in another stream. What I want to do is this, guys. Listen, okay? I want to create a CLI tool, okay? A command line tool, okay? Which will be responsible for creating admins, okay? I don't want admins are not going to register, okay? Whereby I want to show you something. For those of you who have done Django, I'm sure you are aware about this, okay? I want to do something like this. I want to do this, okay? I want to say something like maybe FastAPI, okay? Create admin, okay? Then I say maybe create admin minus email, okay? Then I put maybe admin at gmail.com. Then minus maybe password, okay? Enter the password. Maybe just hit enter, okay? After hitting enter like this, okay? I am told to create the password, okay? I enter the password and should be hidden, okay? So you need to create a CLI, a command line interface tool, okay? Just like if you know Django has something like that, okay? I want to do this, okay? So it says no such command create admin, okay? But I want it to be there, okay? So I think that is something that we should do in the probably next stream, okay? I don't want to keep this longer. I'm seeing it's almost 10 a.m. here and I'm running late, okay, for work. I had some extra time today. That's why I've had this long stream, but I'll need to stop. But let me look at the commit message here. It says fit add admin group authentication and route protection, update login endpoint, return user groups and permission, add group based role checking, admin versus regular users, redirect admin users to login to admin dashboard to login. Redirect admin users to /admin dashboard on login. Protect admin routes for admin only access. Protect at /my and /profile routes for authenticated users. Redirect unauthenticated users to /auth/login with redirect PAM. Add auth utility functions for permission. Update user stand store. Fix SQL alchemy. I'll remove this. Okay. What do you guys say? I want to ask you a question. Do you always accept all this kind of commit message? Okay. Or do you only take the first part saying add admin authentication and route protection? The rest of you are quiet. It's only Hasha who is speaking. I don't know whether you're shy or something, but what do you think? Cold calling is a tough thing, but in India, some people understand our concerns over calls. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's really tough. I don't know. It kind of takes some strength. Like not physical strength, but like inner strength. Like I don't know, maybe mental. I can call it maybe mental strength to call someone. But one thing I like doing things in public is that you meet people from in the world who can actually influence you to do some good things. And I'm starting to actually think about it and consider it uh, uh, strongly because of you, Hasha. And who knows, because of you, I may be able to get a client. because of cold calling, but I'm going to give it a shot. So update admin endpoint return. Okay, let me just allow this. Usually, actually, I always remove these others when they don't make sense, but I'll leave it. Pre-commit. I hope it skips that. Okay. Bro, you have not committed. Why are you excited? Let me do this. Copy this by myself. It was not committed. So I'll come here. Maybe kill this. Come to this one. Add all. Maybe let me just do a status. There are things I don't want to push. This backend log. Okay, I see. I made a mistake. Backend log shouldn't be. Just delete it. Okay, so it's the worst. But this is actually something I need to improve on logging. Wow, this project has a lot of stuff. Okay, I keep talking about finishing the MVP, but it looks like the MVP will take forever. Maybe the scope was too big for me. Okay. So pre-commit found some issues. It should now pass. Okay. Usually when you commit and pre-commit rejects your thing, okay, it has simply done some linting. So what you can simply do is to restage and then commit. So now push so that you guys can have it. So git push public minus mirror. Okay, that's good. Now, what I want to do is this, okay? I want to create a CLI tool, okay, which will be responsible for creating admins. You get a CLI tool, create admins, so that when the admin is created, okay, we can be able to navigate to we can be able to log in as an admin and navigate to that admin dashboard. Okay, so yeah, let's do that in the next live stream. Okay, but with the admin dashboard, we have moved a step. Okay, in fact, in that session after we have created that admin CLI tool, we shall create the admin, and then we can now be able to redirect to the appropriate page. It will be automatic. Okay, because that person will be an admin. Then after that, we shall reinstate the checks, the dependencies, okay, on the admin routes in the backend, okay, to check for group dependencies. I mean, to check for the group using the group dependency. Then after that, I can then also go back to the dashboard, okay. The dashboard needs some work, okay. The dashboard can take some work, you know that, to improve it. But to improve it, you shall go to things like ticketing, okay. We need now to start uploading tickets so that we get closer to finishing the what is it called? Finishing the MVP. Asha says, would it be possible for you to help me connect? Would it be possible for you to help me connect with international clients on your side? If possible. Yeah, it's possible. Why not? Okay. In case there's a right now, the only people I've found out they deal with are people like in Ghana, Nigeria. I'm trying to break into in the USA market. I have a friend who, two friends actually who have moved into the US market. Okay, one is into Dubai, but Dubai UAE, but he's mainly Web3, those blockchain things. But it has not been so good recently. But yeah, I want to. I'm not so direct into the US market. I have people working there, okay, and I'm trying to work on to try to break into it to also get clients there. Yeah, I've worked with some, okay. I've worked with some. They have been okay. Let me say not okay, but actually really good. Okay. Yeah. So it is possible. That is it. Okay. It is possible. Uh it is possible. And I can help you with that. Okay. I'll be happy to help you. Okay. Right now I may not have a gig for you, but I'll be happy to help you. Okay. If I have a gig, why not? We only I used to watch Nigerians. Nigerians used to have a show, but in this show, the certain guy who used to say something like, you only raise, I'm forgetting it. You only get better by raising others. Okay. So this is the analogy. Imagine like you're on a ladder. Okay. If you want to, if you're on a ladder, okay, you're on a ladder or stairs, you're going up, and then you pull someone down. Okay. For you to pull someone down, you must first of all go a step lower. Okay. So in other words, when you're bringing someone down, you'll also go to lower first for you to be able to pull them. Then the same analogy says if you push someone higher, okay, for you to push someone higher, you also need to go a step higher. Okay. So as you push them higher, you're also going higher. Okay. To be able to push someone again another level higher, you need to also go higher to be able to reach them to be. So for me to push you higher when you're on a ladder, I must go closer to you on the ladder to push you higher. But the whole point is that the more you help someone to go up, it also helps you to go up. Okay. And if you pull someone down, it also pulls you down because you have to go down on a ladder to be able to pull someone lower. And you have to go higher on a ladder to be able to push someone higher. So yeah, I'm happy to help you whenever I can. And it's possible. Okay. It's possible. Yeah. I just need to, whenever I get a gig, I see a gig, yeah, in any place. Okay. And of course, international would mean something not in your area. Okay. I would definitely be happy to help. So yeah, it's been a 2 hours stream, but yeah, with some good success. Okay, 2 hours stream with some good success. The dashboard is now on set. Okay, we have the dashboard working. Okay, what now we need to do is to create that CLI tool I told you about, and then going forward, we can now keep on improving it. Okay, and after creating that CLI tool, the next thing is going to be to create what is it called, to create ticketing. Okay, being able to upload tickets for people who have paid. Okay, that will be on the admin side. So thank you for now, and let's meet in the next stream. Bye for now.